Okay, so this is update number 6. It's been a couple of weeks since my last update, and although I haven't made a purchase for a product in China, um, interesting turn of events. I was watching some videos. One of them was Kevin David, so thank you, Kevin David. He was talking about a research method, and uh, even though Phil talked about this too, so it's not like it's not in the course. It is in the course that I took, Phil Covington's course. But for some reason, I sometimes you just got to hear it from someone else. Anyway, um, I was trusting the tools too much. So when I said in the last video, I said I found like 5 great products. Okay, so I tested. I decided, I better verify these after watching the Kevin David video. I'll put a link to his video below. But anyway, I went to verify those, and they came up short. They're not selling like the tools show that they're selling. So I am back to square one, starting back research. But the reason I'm going to do a video is, one, it's been a couple of weeks, and it's going to let you know where I'm at, and two, I was just going to show you my expenses so far. I just would something I would want to know going into it, and so I'm going to do that first, and then if there's something else, I'll go over that. But for now, let me show you that. Oh, and before that, subscribe and like the video. Help me out, so other people can find it. If you find it helpful, if you don't find this helpful, don't. Okay, so here we go. So you can see all these expenses. I'm going to explain them because some of them obviously you don't have to do. A lot of them you don't have to do. Okay, this is because I knew I was going to document my journey. The webcam and accessory, $100 for this. I've got the Logitech C922 Pro. And I didn't even I've got it on one of these. I've got it on, I don't know if you can see this. I've got it on one of these to get the best view. Oh. So, that's not even on this sheet. Adobe Creative Suite. I'm putting it on there because I have a corporation now that's just for this web marketing stuff, and this is my. I don't know if I told you, my wife's an accountant, so I was just trying to help her out. So I kind of grayed out stuff that for sure doesn't matter. Obviously, the webcam doesn't matter, and I'll highlight it at the bottom. So really, it's the seller course. That's the course I took. Ultimate Amazon Seller Course. There's a link below. $497. Domain renewals. I could gray that out. Like I said, I've done some marketing before. Other stuff, affiliate marketing. I have a lot of domains, all that stuff. I could just gray that out. I should have grayed stuff. I thought I grayed out everything before I started this video. It doesn't matter. I'll just explain it. Amazon Keyword Tool Suite, very cool. $99 one-time fee. I'll go into another video on that at some other time. My server, I've got a virtual private server. Amazon Keyword Inspector credits, super duper good for keywords. I'm not really there yet, but when I hear things in videos, because I'm not like maybe a young guy, or I'm not, barely making it, I have a little money to experiment. So, $20, $100 here and there, not a big deal. So I've experimented out. This one is going to be good. So, and this is good too. So I'll be using those when I'm making my listing. Corporate filing, domain for my corporation. I'm going to be blacking that out. A book I got. I don't know if you guys have seen the ClickFunnels, funnel hacking, Russell Brand, or Russell Brunson, whatever. I got his book. AmazeOwl product research, that's important. It's $29.95 a month. But as you can see later on, I ended up changing to the year. Really great. I do have the Jungle Scout. I had the Jungle Scout Pro already. I upgraded to the Chrome Pro because you can get more information. And I put the Jungle Scout web app on hold. I may use it again. It's $9 to hold it without having to pay the one-time fee over again. So I had the web app also. It's on hold. I should put that on there. Matter of fact, I'll do that right now because it's $9 a month. So, logo nerds paid $67 for a killer logo. I tried eGrow as a research tool. Malfunctioned the very first time I used it. Contacted the guy. Said, yeah, we're having a malfunction. I was like, I don't even want to have any part of this. So they gave me a refund. Merchant Words, $9, so you can do some other research. I thought that was cool. AMZ Pecti, so you can research stock quantities. That's how I figured out. Because you can do the 999 trick and manually do it, in an Excel spreadsheet. The AMZ Pecti does it for you. So, and it has graphs and everything. It's just easier. So, and it's $19 a month. I'm going to be using it a ton, so I figured might as well. On inbox email service. The reason why I did that one, it's kind of new. It's going to be like Aweber, all those other ones. But it's a one-time fee because they're having their pre-launch. And I checked out some of the people who are involved in it, and I'm pretty confident. So for $100, I'm like, great. I don't have to pay a monthly fee for it, and it's going to be just as good as Aweber, which I've used lots of time. I've used Aweber, I've used another one. I've used it a lot, and it's good. It's great, but I forget how much it was a month, but it's not cheaper than $97 one time. So that's it. So if you look at just what I needed, so 500. You don't need that. You don't need that. I don't know if you're going to do a corporation or not. You really don't need that. I would do it because you're going to want to get liability insurance for your corporation, and you want to have a level of separation legally. So if you don't do the corporation, you're taking a big risk. So I think it's necessary. It's not technically necessary. I think it is necessary. So now you're looking at $1,000. You should probably get a domain for your brand, for your main brand. I don't know, $10. Let's just call it $1,000 right now. Oh, this was a Facebook ad. I just wanted to test. I boosted a post just to see what it would do. I ended up for $18. I ran an ad for 2 weeks. I ended up getting 60 followers on Instagram. I have an Instagram that's also Amazon FBA Adventures or something very close to that, close as I could get. So we're at $1,000. That's not necessary. That's not necessary. That's not necessary. What's the necessary one? AMZ Pecti. I would get. Let me see over here. Merchant Words. I'd say it's not necessary, but it's good for $9 a month. If you can't afford $9 a month, you're never going to be able to do this because these are expenses before I've even bought a product, before I've got liability insurance, before I've paid any tax money. So $9 for that. I think that's worth it. It's not necessary, but if you're not going to use these guys, then you're going to have to get a spreadsheet out and do it yourself. So you don't have to do it. So $1,000 still, and then 29, so $30 a month for that, or Jungle Scout, which is $69 a month for the web app, which is what Amazon does. Everything Jungle Scout does. So you can pay $69 a month or $29 a month. You're gonna have to have one of those. If not that tool, you're gonna need a tool to go through if you really want to go through a lot of product research. You don't need it. And even Phil in my course, you don't need it. You don't need it. But I can't even imagine the amount of time it would take. It's taking me weeks and weeks and weeks to do product research with the tools. Without it, it seems like it'd be months. But you don't need it. So $1,000 still. The Jungle Scout Pro, or even just your regular Jungle Scout. Yeah, you don't need it, but you're gonna have to have something to help you figure out how much, before you validate how much they're selling. You still have to just to decide if you want to look at it. You still have to get some sort of baseline on is the product even worth looking into any further. You can do that. Honestly, you probably could do it if you made your own spreadsheet and just did BSR. If you didn't want to buy any tools at all, you could probably just do it on BSR. Probably. I still don't think you'd get the numbers, the dollar values. These guys have come up with algorithms that are pretty close. So I'd say you got to get a tool. If you don't want to do like an AmazeOwl or a Jungle Scout or any of the other ones, eGrow, there's a million of them. I would get Jungle Scout because I think when I got the Jungle Scout the first time, it was like $70 for the Chrome, and then I upgraded to the Pro to get all the filters and everything else. So I'm gonna say $1,070. You gotta have. Okay. Okay. $570 if you don't want to incorporate. You gotta have. You gotta have it. Okay. $70 if you don't want to take a course. You're shooting in the dark. If you don't take a course, you're insane. I mean, people do it. People do it. You could do it. I'm not. So, okay, $70 can get you going if you're willing to do all the work. Watch the videos from all these, experts. And I would recommend, by the way, like I said, I did take Phil's course. It's a good course. I would recommend watching Matt Loberstein's YouTube channel, and the Ninja, that Ninja Lifestyle, Kevin David. Those guys, I mean, I've already taken Phil's course, so I already know the stuff is good and right. These guys give a lot of information for nothing. So you could almost, if you watched all their videos, and you're willing to sit through all that, because there's a lot of videos, you could probably learn enough to do it. You probably could. So $70 in a lot of work, or $570, a lot less work. They have courses too now. I think both of those guys I just mentioned have $1,000 courses. Probably, I'm sure it's worth every penny just based on their free content. But Phil's course is good. It's got all the bases covered. I don't feel like ignorant. I feel like I know what I'm doing. So that's where I'm at. I've spent, now this is just me, $1,500 one time, $243 for annual stuff, $167.89 monthly stuff. So you could probably break that all down. But anyway, that's what I spent. I'm probably going to be spending $2,500. I'm going to still do it smart. I'm still going to do a small first order, but to get the thing going for my first product, I'm looking at like $2,500 for the first real order plus the small order. So you can add $2,500 onto my 15, 16, 17. I'd say you got to have $5,000. You got to have at least $3,000, and that's starting real small. So I guess I'm just putting this out there. So if you're thinking of starting and you're like, oh, I got like a couple $100, I want to really get this rolling. Well, I don't know how you would do it. I guess you could. There probably has been somebody who's done it. Maybe doing arbitrage, but I'm not talking about arbitrage. I'm talking about private label. So anyway, not to make the video too long, that's just kind of what I wanted to update you, give you an example of the kind of money that I'm spending, and I'm not getting everything I want either. I'm trying to, restrain myself. There's lots of stuff I want to try. But that's it. So, like I said, if you found that valuable, like and subscribe. And the next one coming out is going to be about my first order and how that all went down. The negotiation, the emails, the Skype, how the negotiation went down, the small order, test order versus, and then the main order, how I chose which rep, and I may be using an FBA. What do they call them? Basically, they're based in the United States, and I would go through them to get my order, to have it come in, they would do the labeling, they do all that stuff, quality control. They have contacts in China already, and so then I don't know if I'm going to do it yet. Seth Kniep, that's another guy. Look at his YouTube channel, Kniepin' It Real. That guy has a good channel. What was I going to say? My head just stopped. I guess what I wanted to say is that I don't know if it'll save money doing it that way, but it might save a lot of headache negotiation if you're not comfortable. I don't know. I just want the first order to work flawlessly. I don't want to have any problems that I did because I didn't know something and I made a mistake. I would like the first order to go through with no real mistakes other than, I guess I could make a research mistake. But as far as the ordering and all that, so I may be using one of those services. Otherwise, you have to buy an inspection service, and then who knows if they could be buddies with each other in China. I don't know. You hire an inspection service, and I can just see it now. They're talking to each other like, hey, well, yeah, I got this guy. Yeah, you're good. And they have a cocktail or something. So that's where I'm at. If it helped, like it, subscribe. If it didn't, don't. And I'll be here. I hope to, let's see, it's the 26th of March. I hope to have an order in by in a month. I'm hoping I can get that all wrapped up in a month because there's nothing holding me back now as far as corporation, Amazon store, nothing's holding me back. The only thing holding me back is finding a product now and getting it ordered and shipped and all that stuff. So as soon as that happens, I don't know if that's, like I said, there might not be another video for a month. But if something comes up in between then, I'll make sure I post a video. So that's it for today, folks.